You're about to discover something extraordinary. Hidden within you right now, at this very moment, is an internal pharmacy more powerful than all the laboratories on Earth combined. I'm not speaking metaphorically. I'm talking about your body's actual, measurable capacity to synthesize its own healing compounds, to regulate its own systems, to repair what's broken and restore what's been lost. But here's what almost no one tells you. You've forgotten how to access it. And the reason why is buried in a single catastrophic misunderstanding, a lie so deeply embedded in our culture that we mistake it for truth. We've been taught to see the body as a machine that breaks down, that rusts, that requires external mechanics with their wrenches and chemicals to keep it running. When something hurts, we reach for a pill. When something fails, we look for a specialist. We've become passengers in our own flesh, waiting for someone else to fix what we assume we cannot touch. But what if I told you that this entire worldview is backwards? What if your body isn't a machine at all, but a garden? Think about it. A garden is a living system. You don't fix a garden with a wrench. You don't repair soil with spare parts. You provide the right conditions, sunlight, water, good soil, and then the garden does what it was always designed to do. It heals itself. It grows. It thrives. Your body is the same. And in the next 20 minutes, I'm going to give you the gardening tools you need to tend to your own inner well-being. Not theories, not wishful thinking, but 5 ancient techniques tested across millennia by yogis, Taoist masters, and Tibetan mystics that awaken the body's innate intelligence and put you back in the driver's seat of your own healing. This is not fringe science. This is forgotten human birthright. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to reclaim it. But first, we need to talk about the problem, because until you see it clearly, the solution won't make sense. Tell me if this sounds familiar. Do you ever feel like a stranger in your own body, like you're living inside something you don't fully understand? You experience the aches, the tension, the fatigue, the mysterious pains that come and go without explanation, and yet when you ask yourself why, when you try to trace the source, there's nothing, just static, just noise. It's as if your body is trying to communicate with you, but the signal is muffled, the line is distorted, and so you do what most people do. You reach for something to make the discomfort go away. A pill, a distraction, a quick fix. But here's the devastating truth. That's not healing. That's just turning down the volume on the alarm while the fire continues to burn. And the real tragedy is that you've been conditioned to believe that this is normal, that disconnection is just part of modern life, that the only way to manage your body is to outsource its care to someone who knows better. But what if the problem isn't your body at all? What if the problem is that you simply lost the ability to listen? Because your body is speaking to you right now. Every symptom, every ache, every moment of discomfort, it's a message, a signal, a piece of intelligence trying to reach your conscious awareness. But instead of listening, we've been trained to silence it, to suppress it, to treat the messenger as the enemy. And that disconnection, that fundamental inability to hear what your own body is telling you, is the root of almost all chronic suffering. This is what we're here to change. Because what I'm about to share with you are not just techniques, they're keys. 5 ancient keys to self-healing that have been passed down through the most powerful wisdom lineages on Earth. The yogis who mastered consciousness in the Himalayas. The Taoist masters who unlocked the flow of vital energy in ancient China. The Tibetan mystics who understood the luminous nature of the mind itself. These aren't hacks, they aren't shortcuts, they are your birthright. And when you practice them, when you genuinely embody them, they restore the harmony between body, mind, and spirit. They reconnect the broken circuit, they turn the static back into signal, and they transform you from a passive victim of your symptoms into the conscious architect of your own well-being. That's the promise. And it starts with something so simple, so elegant, that you'll wonder why no one ever taught it to you before. Before we dive into the 5 keys themselves, there's a foundational practice you need to understand. Think of it as the master key, the one that unlocks all the others. It's called the body dialogue, and it works like this. The next time a symptom arises, a headache, a knot of tension in your shoulders, a wave of fatigue, I want you to stop. Stop everything. Don't reach for a remedy, don't distract yourself, don't push through it. Instead, give that sensation 5 minutes of your pure, undivided attention. No judgment, no desire to fix it. Just listen. And then ask yourself one simple but profound question. What are you trying to tell me? That's it. Now at first you might not hear an answer. That's okay. The point isn't to force insight. The point is to shift the relationship. Because the moment you ask that question, the moment you treat your body as an ally instead of an adversary, everything changes. You're no longer at war with your own flesh. You're in dialogue with it. And over time, with consistent practice, you'll begin to notice patterns. You'll realize that certain pains show up during times of stress, that certain tensions emerge when you're holding back words you need to say, that certain symptoms are not random malfunctions, but precise, intelligent signals pointing you toward what needs attention in your life. This is the difference between masking discomfort and gaining wisdom. And if you want to deepen this practice, keep a journal. Write down the symptom, write down what was happening in your life when it appeared, write down your emotional state, your stress levels, your recurring thoughts. Over time, you'll start to see the invisible threads connecting your inner world to your physical experience. This is the foundation. And now we're ready for the keys themselves. The first key is something you've been doing your entire life, but almost certainly in the wrong way. It's called conscious breathing, and it is your most powerful, most underestimated superpower. Here's what most people don't realize. Your breath is not just a biological necessity. It's a direct interface between your conscious mind and your autonomic nervous system, the system that controls healing, digestion, immune function, and cellular repair. And the ancient yogis of India understood this thousands of years ago when they developed pranayama, the art of breath control. But here's the mechanism that makes this so powerful. Your nervous system has 2 modes. The sympathetic, fight or flight, is the one that keeps you alert, reactive, and on edge. It's the one that says, you're in danger, stay sharp, don't let your guard down. And then there's the parasympathetic mode, the one that tells your body, you're safe, you can rest now, you can heal now. The problem, most people live almost entirely in the first mode, and when your nervous system believes you're under constant threat, it shuts down the healing processes. It deprioritizes repair. Because why would your body waste energy fixing what might not survive the next 5 minutes? But here's the beautiful thing. You can override that system. You can literally reprogram your nervous system using nothing but your breath. And the key is in the rhythm. This is the rhythm I want you to practice. 4-4-6-2. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, exhale for 6 seconds, pause for 2 seconds, and then repeat. Now notice something. The exhale is longer than the inhale. That's not an accident. That's the signal. Because when you exhale longer than you inhale, you send a clear, unmistakable message to the most primitive part of your brain, the part that's been scanning for danger since the moment you were born. And the message is this: the threat is over. It's safe now. And when that signal is received, your body responds. It releases the tension. It lowers the cortisol. It activates the vagus nerve, the superhighway of healing that runs from your brain to your heart, your lungs, your gut. And it begins to secrete its own powerful healing substances, endorphins, serotonin, growth factors, all the compounds you would pay thousands for in a lab, your body creates them for free. Dr. Herbert Benson at Harvard called this the relaxation response. But it's more than relaxation. It's a biochemical transformation. It's your internal pharmacy opening for business. So here's how you practice it. 3 times a day, every day. 5 minutes when you wake up. This programs your entire day in a state of peace. 3 minutes before lunch. This centers your energy in the middle of the chaos. And 10 minutes before bed. This purifies everything you carried from the day and allows your body to heal while you sleep. Sit upright, close your eyes, and breathe the rhythm 4, 4, 6, 2. And while you hold the breath, during those 4 seconds of retention, visualize a golden light filling every cell of your body. See it saturating your tissues, your organs, your bones. See it illuminating the darkest corners of your inner landscape. This is not fantasy. This is focus. And focus directs energy. And energy follows intention. Practice this. Make it non-negotiable. And within a week, you'll feel the difference. Within a month, you'll wonder how you ever lived without it. That's the first key. Now let's talk about the second. Your hands are miracles. I mean that literally. Right now, as you listen to this, your hands are generating a measurable electrical field. Science can detect it. It's not mystical. It's biological. But what the ancient Taoist masters understood, and what modern medicine is only beginning to rediscover, is that this field can be amplified and directed and used to facilitate healing. In traditional Chinese medicine, there's a point at the center of each palm called the Lao Gong point. It's considered a portal, a place where vital energy, what they call qi, enters and exits the body. And when you activate this point, when you awaken the latent power in your hands, you unlock something extraordinary. You become your own healer. Here's how it works. Your body is an electrical system. Every nerve impulse, every heartbeat, every thought, it's all electricity. And your hands, because of their density of nerve endings and their direct connection to the heart via specific meridians, are the most powerful transmitters of this energy. When you rub your palms together, you're not just creating friction, you're intensifying the bioelectrical field. You're waking up the dormant potential. And when you then place those hands on an area of your body that's in pain or distress, you create what the Taoists call energetic resonance. You create a frequency match. And that resonance, that subtle but powerful alignment, facilitates natural cellular regeneration. But here's the deeper layer. The Taoist masters teach that the hands are connected directly to the heart, not just physically but energetically. And when you place your hands on your body with a pure intention of healing, with genuine compassion for your own suffering, you're not just transmitting electricity, you're transmitting love. And love, believe it or not, has a frequency. It has a measurable effect on cellular health. So let me give you the exact practice. First, wash your hands with cold water. This resets their energy. It clears any residual charge from whatever you've been touching, whatever you've been doing. Then, rub your palms together vigorously for 30 seconds. Really rub them. Create heat. Create friction. Feel the warmth building. Now, slowly bring your palms close to each other, about an inch apart, and feel the magnetic sensation between them. It's subtle, but it's there. That's the field. That's your energy becoming tangible. Next, place your warmed hands on whatever part of your body needs attention. Maybe it's your stomach. Maybe it's your chest. Maybe it's your lower back. Wherever there's discomfort, that's where your hands go. And now, breathe deeply. Use the conscious breathing rhythm we just learned. And as you breathe, visualize a golden light flowing from your heart down through your arms and out through your palms. See that light entering the area beneath your hands. See it dissolving tension. See it melting pain. See it illuminating what's been dark. Stay in this state for 3 to 5 minutes. And when you're done, conclude with gratitude. Thank your body. Thank your hands. Thank the intelligence that's orchestrating this entire process. Do this whenever you feel called. There's no wrong time. And I promise you, if you approach it with sincerity, if you bring genuine presence to the practice, you will feel something shift. That's the second key. Now we move deeper. The third key is called the lotus breath, and it's rooted in one of the most beautiful symbols in all of spiritual tradition, the lotus flower. The lotus grows in mud, in darkness, in the murky depths of ponds and swamps. But it doesn't stay there. It rises through the water, and when it breaks the surface, it blooms into something pure, something radiant, something untouched by the filth it emerged from. That's the metaphor, but it's also the practice, because this technique, drawn from Mahayana Buddhism, is about transforming suffering into compassion. It's about taking the raw, painful material of your life and alchemizing it into something luminous. And the mechanism for that transformation lives in your heart. Not your physical heart, though that's involved too. I'm talking about your heart chakra, the energetic center in the middle of your chest that governs emotional healing, connection, and love. When this center is closed, when it's constricted by old wounds, by grief, by fear, your entire system suffers. Because the heart is not just an emotional organ, it's a command center. It sends signals to every other system in your body, and when those signals are distorted by unresolved pain, the body responds with inflammation, with tension, with disease. But when you open the heart, when you practice compassion consciously, intentionally, you trigger a cascade of healing responses. You release oxytocin, the bonding hormone. You strengthen your immune system. You literally change the chemistry of your blood. And the lotus breath is the tool that makes this possible. Here's the practice. Find a silent space. Ideally, practice at sunrise, when the world is still soft and new. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, and bring your full attention to the center of your chest. Now, visualize a small pink lotus bud resting in the center of your heart. As you inhale, imagine golden rays of sunlight descending from above, nourishing this delicate bud. Feel the warmth. Feel the light feeding it. Hold your breath for a moment, and as you hold, visualize the petals beginning to open, slowly, gently, revealing a pure, radiant light inside. Now exhale, and as you exhale, see the lotus bloom fully. See the light inside it expanding, filling your entire chest, your entire body. See it radiating outward, beyond your skin, beyond your personal boundaries, until it embraces everyone you love, your family, your community, and then further still, until it touches every living being on this planet. Stay with this visualization for 15 minutes, and when you're finished, dedicate the merits of this practice to the well-being of all beings, not just yourself, all beings. This is not selfish work. This is sacred work, because when you heal your own heart, you contribute to the healing of the collective. And when you send that light outward, you're not just imagining it, you're creating a real, tangible shift in the energetic field around you. Practice this daily, make it a ritual, and over time you'll notice something remarkable. The things that used to wound you so deeply won't cut as deep anymore. The old patterns of pain will begin to dissolve, And in their place, you'll find a wellspring of compassion for yourself and for others that never runs dry. That's the third key. Now let's talk about movement, because the fourth key is all about how you move through space, and most people are doing it completely wrong. We live in a world obsessed with straight lines. We walk in straight lines. We exercise in straight lines. We build our cities in grids and our schedules in rigid blocks. And all of that linearity, all of that forced structure goes against the fundamental intelligence of nature. Because nature doesn't move in straight lines. Nature moves in spirals. Look at a nautilus shell. Look at the double helix of DNA. Look at galaxies swirling through space. Look at water spiraling down a drain. Everywhere you look, the pattern is the same. Spirals. And your body, your living, breathing, biological body, is no exception. In Taoism, this principle is called Wu Wei, effortless action. The ancient masters of Tai Chi and Qigong understood that vital energy, Qi, doesn't flow in straight lines through your body. It flows in spirals. It moves through channels called meridians, and those channels twist and turn and loop back on themselves in intricate, beautiful patterns. When you move in straight, rigid, mechanical ways, you block that flow. You create stagnation. Stagnation leads to tension. Tension leads to pain. Pain leads to illness. But when you move the way nature intended, when you allow your body to spiral, to rotate, to follow its innate geometry, you unlock the flow. You stimulate your lymphatic system. You improve circulation. You activate proprioceptors, the sensors in your muscles and joints that help your brain understand where your body is in space. And all of that together creates a kind of coherence, a harmony between mind and body that most people have never experienced. Here's how you practice it. Stand with your feet firmly planted on the ground. Feel the earth beneath you. Feel yourself anchored. Now bring your attention to your dantian, the energetic center located about 2 inches below your navel, deep in your abdomen. This is your power center, your root, the place where all movement should originate. Begin to move, but don't force it, don't plan it. Just allow your abdomen to initiate a gentle rotation. Let it spiral. And let that spiral ripple outward through your torso, your arms, your legs. Let your whole body become a living spiral. As you move, visualize a golden spiral of light rotating in your center. See it dissolving blockages. See it clearing stagnant energy. See it renewing every cell. Start with 5 minutes, just 5 minutes of spiraling fluid movement. And gradually, over weeks and months, let that expand to 20 minutes. You don't need a teacher for this. You don't need a class. You just need to listen to your body and let it remember how it was always meant to move. And when you do this consistently, you'll feel things you haven't felt in years. You'll feel lighter, more flexible, more alive. Because you're no longer fighting your own biology. You're finally moving in harmony with it. That's the fourth key. And now, we arrive at the final key, the ultimate technique. This one is different, deeper, more profound than anything we've covered so far. It's called the Golden Light Meditation, and it comes from the secret teachings of Vajrayana Buddhism, the esoteric lineage practiced by Tibetan masters who spent decades in mountain caves dissolving the illusion of separation between self and universe. This practice is not about healing a symptom. It's about transforming your entire experience of reality. Because here's what those masters understood. At the deepest level, there is no separation between the healer and the healed. There is no division between you and the universe. There is only consciousness, and that consciousness has a quality, a frequency, a color. The Tibetans call it tohu, and it appears as golden light. This is not poetic language, this is not symbolic. The masters who practiced this at the highest level reported the same thing over and over, a luminous golden radiance that permeates all of existence. And when you align your personal vibration with that universal frequency, when you become the light, healing is no longer something you do, it's something you are. Here's the practice. Choose a time each day. The same time every day. Consistency is crucial. And face east toward the rising sun, even if it's dark outside. This direction carries symbolic weight. It represents new beginnings. Light a golden candle. Place it in front of you. Let it anchor your intention. Now close your eyes and visualize a radiant golden sun hovering about 30 centimeters above your head. See it shining with impossible brilliance. See it pulsing with life. This is the practice, and if you do it sincerely, if you bring your full presence to it, it will change you in ways you cannot predict. Because you're not just visualizing light, you're remembering what you actually are. You're dissolving the illusion that you're separate from the source of all healing. And when that illusion cracks, even just a little, everything shifts. That's the fifth key. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. This sounds beautiful, but is it real? Or is it just spiritual fluff? And I want to address that directly, because this is important. None of what I've shared with you today is about rejecting modern medicine. If you need a doctor, see a doctor. If you need surgery, get surgery. If you need medication, take it. But here's the reframe. These techniques are not a replacement for medical care, they're a promotion for you. Because right now most people are passive patients. They wait for symptoms to get bad enough to see a professional. They outsource all responsibility for their health. They assume that healing is something done to them, not something they participate in. But what if you could be both? What if you could honor the brilliance of modern science while also reclaiming your role as an active, conscious participant in your own well-being? That's what these 5 keys offer. They're not instead of medicine, they're in addition to it. They're complementary. Just like you need both good nutrition and exercise, a truly wise approach to health includes both the best of external science and the best of internal wisdom. These are tools, and tools are only as powerful as the person wielding them. So let me ask you, what would your life look like if you practiced these keys? Imagine waking up tomorrow morning with a sense of inner calm you haven't felt in years. Imagine moving through your day not as a victim of your symptoms, but as the conscious creator of your own energy. Imagine understanding the subtle language of your body as clearly as spoken words. Imagine no longer fearing pain, because you know it's just information, just a signal pointing you toward what needs attention. Imagine feeling truly at home in your own skin. That's not a fantasy. That's what becomes possible when you practice these techniques with consistency and sincerity. Because here's the truth. You didn't learn anything new today. You remembered something ancient, something that's been inside you all along. These keys aren't inventions. They're not innovations. They're rediscoveries. They're your birthright, handed down through thousands of years of human wisdom, waiting for you to claim them. And all it takes is a single step, just one. So here's what I want you to do. Choose one technique, just one, whichever one resonated with you most deeply, and practice it today, not tomorrow, not next week, today. Start with the body dialogue if you want the foundation. Start with conscious breathing if you want immediate calm. Start with the healing hands if you want something tangible. Start with the lotus breath if your heart needs opening. Start with spiral movement if your body craves freedom. Or start with the golden light if you're ready to go all the way. Doesn't matter where you begin, what matters is that you begin. And when you do, when you take that first step back toward your own power, I want you to share it. Come back to the comments and tell me what you experienced, what shifted, what opened. Because your story might be the thing that inspires someone else to take their first step. This is how we heal, not just as individuals, but as a collective, one person at a time, remembering who we actually are. You have everything you need. Now go use it.